episode of Pharma Face Off is brought to you by
For the past 5 years, pharmaceutical sales has had precious little good news. Waves of declining access to physicians, mergers and acquisitions, the patent cliff have all led to declines in sales force and plateaued sales numbers. Enter the iPad. Can the iPad save the pharmaceutical sales channel, or does pharma have its head in the cloud? Here with me to answer that question today are Boyan Zuzak, Chief Information Officer for EKR Therapeutics, Neeraj Sinha, Vice President of Product Management and Innovation at Cegedim Relationship Management, and Ross Quinn, Managing Partner and Director of Customer Integration at Concentric. Boyan, will the iPad save the pharmaceutical sales force?
I don't think so. I think it's a novelty that is currently very well received by physicians because it's something new, but you know, once you've been around with the story a couple of times, you have to develop a continuous program of communications and be very smart how you engage the customer. It's not going to last for very long.
I agree that iPads alone will not be able to save the pharma industry, but I think the combination of iPads with great applications which are user-friendly and rich media which could be provided to field users would provide a great opportunity for pharma sales reps in future.
Yeah, you do hear a lot talking about the innovation. You know, the innovation's great. You know, I have my iPad, but you know, really relevant content is important. If you really want to, influence behavior, having content that the physicians can really connect to is really equally vital.
When you're looking at the iPad or thinking about the iPad, I'm curious who you think of as the customer. Is it the rep? Is it the physician? Is it the patient?
All of them. I mean, one of the things that we can see is that pharmaceutical industry was very slow in adopting technologies that bring them closer to patients. You know, they haven't broken down that barrier yet, and if that void is being filled now by other means, and it's not driven by pharmaceutical industry, it's driven by entrepreneurs, by some medical association or so trying to help, patients manage their conditions better. Mm-hmm. And pharma is kind of just nowhere, they're absent in that field.
Being able to have your tablet, your iPad right next to the patient, access the medical records, show them demonstrations of the condition, file, handle prior authorizations, prescribe medications. It really creates a much more dynamic patient-physician relationship.
From a CRM solutions point of view, our focus is primarily the primary care reps and so the pharmaceutical industry and their customers, which is healthcare professionals. And we see that iPads provide a great way of collaboration between the field user and the physicians, which was not existing before. It is one device that the physicians and rep could work on and see together, which forms a bond, more collaboration, better relationships. So it certainly is a shift from what used to be there in the past.
One of the questions I have is, how does this change what the role of the rep is? When you have, powerful applications on there that can show, walk them through a detail, do you really need a rep in the same way that it's been in the past?
I think a great rep builds great relationships with their physicians, and the technology just allows for more relevant content. If a rep knows that a physician might be more into patient stories than clinical data, you could actually design your presentation to focus on that first and balance it. So I think it just enhances the relationship versus hurting it.
I completely agree. I think this is a great tool that is going to help the reps to make their jobs better. It is going to help the reps to have better relationships, but it is in no way going to what some people have at least talked about, replacing the reps. I think it will augment the relationships. People in the end like people. People like to talk to people. Healthcare professionals like to talk to reps. There have been multiple surveys, and it has been confirmed that they would like to talk to the reps. This tool will help them build better relationships.
You know, we had this thing going now for 6 months already in the field with electronic detailing. And we have now, I don't know, 30 tracks out there that they can use. And we've recently conducted a study to figure out really how we should improve that further. And one of the key aspects of that was really navigation out of sequence. So be able to jump around, respond to physician needs.
Exactly.
And that's the primary responsibility of the rep. I mean, you need a human there making decisions. I mean, you can't just press a button and say, well, this is going to go on. I mean, it doesn't work like that.